So data type is nothing but, again, it is a very uh, important one, and we have already discussed in the initial part of it. So whenever we load some data, right? So let us quickly load some data here. Maybe we'll get the Excel workbook, which is on the desktop, right? It is part of the adventure works. There are 3 tables. I've just placed it in a separate Excel so that it is quick to pull in. Okay, I'm just clicking on OK. So we have already seen this, right? Automatically, whenever you pull the data type is already taken care by your Power Query editor. So if you know closely have observation here. So if you go back to previous step, so I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to promoted address, so that in the promoted address step, there was no data type defined. You can see there's no data type defined in all of the columns. But automatically, when you click on 4th step, automatically all these data types were defined. So similarly with the case with any other win. So we'll pick up some dim product just for the discussion part. So what I'm going to do is, let's say this same thing can be achieved from here. There are 2 options. One is either, let us do this. Let us delete this step so that we'll manually assign a data type to each of the column. Okay. So I'm going to select product key is basically a number. So I'm going to assign it as a number, which is whole number 1, 2, 3. Okay. So again, product alternate key is basically AR-5381. That means there is a text or characters involved in the data. So I'm going to convert it to text. Okay. So which is the right option. And then you see product subcategory key. There are numbers, right? And I can directly choose whole number. Okay. So now what is the option for this? Okay. Right now I'm using this option. So you can do the same thing by using this option. So let's say English product name. You can select this data type, and I'm going to select the text. So the advantage of this above one is there is one small advantage to that. I'll tell you. Say, let us, I'm interested in doing, a bulk of columns together at once, right? I don't want to, I wanted to figure out, okay, these are all numbers, right? You can see this reorder, point, list price, right? All these are numbers. So I'm pretty much sure these are 3 are numbers. So I wanted to make all these 3 convert into number at single go. So this feature will be working out, because you can see, you can just select this and just convert this into whole number, so that all those 3 columns at once will be converted, right? So you can also pick not only 3, but you can use the control button and you can, kind of navigate to whatever you want. For example, I can select like this 2 columns here. You wanted to scroll to the right and select another 2 columns there, right? You can do that. So you can select all of them and convert them at one go using this option. Okay. And also I want you all to just practice by converting the date types and other types, because this is very much important. So we'll do that exercise for a couple of them. Let's say we have start date. So basically you have a start date, but along with that you have a timestamp. So for some reason you want the timestamp. If it is important for you, you can keep the timestamp as well, like date and time. So when you click on date and time, the symbol is a bit different. It's showing calendar along with the clock, right? But if you want only the date, you can always keep only the date. So because majority of the times your data would by default get a 0 timestamp, right? Which is not required though. So in that case, you can just remove that part and make it only a date format. Okay. And also you have other different formats, like there is, I saw some true or false. Let me second. Let me just re-pull this particular table so that automatically the formatting gets applied. And notice, yeah, this is what I was talking about. So there's a flag. You can see there's a false and true. You notice this particular column has got false and true, only 2 values here, true or false. So whenever you have this true or false options, you can use this true or false, this red and blue, right? So you can use these options automatically. This has been taken care by the Power BI step. You can see this is the format that it goes. So there are multiple formats like, binary, duration if it's only time, time zone, percentages. If you have decimal and percentages, you can convert it to, by clicking on this, it will show up the percentage over there.